What you do this for? Huh? What you gonna do? The Knicks gonna win a chip or not?
It's a Knicks fan with a little Spurs too. What you expect family to do? And I've been told y'all what Castle was gonna do.
I've been told y'all. Hit the notification so you can know what it dropped. Check the scoreboard, Lord. Woo, wait till this shit drop. I got the Knicks anthem is dropping. It's your boy Hardwell back in the building with another episode of For the Love of the Game with my co-host, Miss Send the Stats in the building, and we excited to be back. What up, Chris? What's good with you?
I'm good. I'm great. Knicks got it.
I gave you two. She said Knicks got it. That's how you coming out?
That's how I'm coming out.
Knicks got it.
Knicks got it.
I was saying to myself, this shit would be a catastrophe if the Knicks
It will.
don't win.
The city is going to be ruined.
Yo, it's gonna go from a parade to a vandalism. It's vandalism anyway when we win. So you know if we don't win, what's going down? Oh Lord, people going to prison because they ain't playing in Manhattan. I want us to win so we could just have fun. Everybody could be happy. The city could be happy. NYPD could be happy because they gonna be there. You don't want no smoke with them. These cops, they like the turtles on the island back in the days. You don't want no problems with these cops. They like new age cops, bro. You be like, yo, you all right? I think they mad because a lot of stuff changed. Like, you know what I mean?
They tight.
Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff that you couldn't do before. They be like, yo, brother, you all right? Chill. But we gonna have hopefully Chris, I'm gonna be honest with you, right?
Yeah.
I think the Knicks got a good chance. But the only thing,
my friend?
Because, right? Okay. I'm gonna give part of my take now because we're gonna get more into it later, right? Because we got dope videos we want to share. Shout out to everybody in the building. If you want to shout out, what up, Ron Do? Salute to Ron Do. Hood TMZ, you already know we back in the building. Salute to you. Thanks for the support all the time, bro. Appreciate it. Also, For the Love of the Game shirts is really coming soon. So all the people who really support, they're gonna get some of that merch for the summer, man. You know, the rock outside. But we're gonna get into the depth and the deep part of the Knicks. Do I think they're gonna win? Chris obviously think they're gonna win. Personally, I feel like they should win the Eastern Conference. And I want to start one thing at a time. Right, Chris? Okay. The Knicks have a great position that they're in right now with the resting situation. Okay. Now, why I think this is a great position because I watched the games, right? I watched the Cavs in Detroit game, and the Cavs in Detroit look really tired. Donovan Mitchell was missing shots right under the basket, and he was using all of his energy to try to score those goals. And then they lost the game, and now they're going back to Detroit. So I think that Detroit might win because why would you give them a chance to go back to Detroit and you already stole a game in Detroit the game before that, which was a hard game for them to win. So I think it's going to be Detroit and the Knicks. How do we match up with Detroit and the Knicks? How do you think we match up against the Knicks? Far as like players, okay? You know they got Cade Cunningham. They got Jalen Doran. They got Duncan Robinson. They got a few more guys. They got my man down there, the bully. I wish he be ready for all the smoke. They got
What's
they
his
got
name?
Tobias Harris. Nah,
Right.
this
Yeah.
guy come off the bench
Tobias.
with the braids. He's like the guy,
Okay.
the enforcer. I can't.
Okay.
His name slipped my mind right now. But we got Tobias.
Uh-huh.
You know, you got and actually Reed is playing decent ball. He's backing up Doran. So they got three decent bigs.
They
And
do.
one thing I can say is this is a great matchup, and we beat them already. But last season, it was a tough series though.
It
And
was.
my last point I'm gonna pass it right to you is this. I think the rest factor is really gonna help due to the fact that these guys' legs are like noodles. And when your legs get like noodles, you start to get Charlie horses. Even if you get a rest, your legs are tired and the Knicks' legs aren't. And they gotta push the rock and run. They gotta run, Chris. Chris, they gotta run. They have to run. You can't walk the ball up. You have to push it. These guys are tired. We had a super long rest. Nobody saw us doing this. And we got the footage. Let me just play a clip of it. Then you could get. I'm not gonna play it long because we want people to stay so they can see it.
Pulls up, three-pointer's good. And you can hear the deuce chants from Towns, who's been the facilitator, the hub, whatever you want to call him. He has turned into an excellent playmaker.
All the threes.
Corner three, nails it.
We just do this for the love for y'all.
On Embiid, turns it over. Knicks are going to push at every opportunity. McBride.
Oh, step back.
Puts it up, puts it in.
You saw that step back. That was clean.
No, hold on. Hold on.
I just love it.
Hold on. The Knicks, shout out Daniel Berry. What's good? Yo, the Knicks shot out their bodies that game. But you was gonna give your take. Cause we be see. I want to stop doing that.
I don't want you to feel like that. No. You good. You good. I really don't.
Take on that. I want to hear your take.
I don't really have a really, really standardized take. What I was gonna say is that both of them, the Knicks and Detroit, they don't have a lot of playoff experience, meaning like upper echelon. So I want to see the Titans fight, right? But with the things that you said, we have to consider the fact that they're tired. Sometimes that can activate people. Sometimes that can give people an out-of-body experience. But to be honest with you, I don't want to say we're exactly even keeled because we're not, because of what you just said with the players that we're going against. But I think that we possess the talent because I never forget that game that we saw where Cade just came like, if we can get, and you know what, I just have to be honest, I haven't watched a recent. I don't really know what Cade is looking like right now. But he's going to be tired as well. So if we can get him, stay on him, even if we don't, I just feel very confident that it's like an intrinsic feeling that we're going to take this.
I mean, it's not wrong with that. My boy said the same thing. My boy said the same thing. He just feel like it's our year, and that's a real thing. Like we've been down for so long where the luck could go our way. A long time ago, we had a show. It was a short, and I said we could win by a ball bounce and we could lose by a ball bounce. Around that time, we wound up losing a couple games and winning by one basket. Salute to the man cave. What's good? How you, fam? Salute to the fam S-Guard. Salute to S-Guard. What's good, bro? Good to see you. Yes, sir. Yeah, so like I was saying, one thing I want to say about your take before I forget. Knicks fans aren't going to say that the Knicks haven't had enough playoffs because Knicks fans don't have a long memory. Why? Because we've been losing for so long. We don't want to hear it.
That's
So
understandable.
if they've been to the finals or playoffs or Eastern Conference Finals a couple times and playoffs for a certain amount of years, that's no longer like that. They have experience now. That's why they doing what they doing. The
Hmm.
Sixers problem, they try to go through the process too long
Quick. Oh,
with Joel
quick.
Embiid. It's over with. They should have been got off of that train because they got young talent over there, and you can see every time they play without him, the talent that they have looks better than when they have with him because he's playing so slow. He's a liability on defense. People are attacking him. So that was, to me, we were supposed to do that. And I think,
You talking about to Philly?
right,
Okay.
because of the Hawks should have never been able to get off at all. CJ McCullough, even though it's the playoffs and we accept it, it's not like we numb to the fact that this is basketball. Anybody can have a good game. But I feel like how we came out against Philly, it was like they had a talk and felt like, nah, we're not going through this again with Philly, what we went through with the Hawks. And the Hawks try to bring all their people to the game and act like it was like, come on. I never seen the Hawks be in competition. Indiana's out. That's who beat us before, right?
Mhm. Right.
We looked at Cleveland. The Bucks is out because Giannis was out. It was
Yep.
certain teams that you got to look at different, right? So Detroit is a decent team. We beat them already. I don't think they could beat the Knicks because of their legs. That's my opinion. I don't think they could beat the Knicks. Moving forward, the Knicks have to face the Spurs or OKC. Can they beat one of those teams? I'm not sure.
I say
Now, this is the thing. The Knicks have to only allow the Pistons to win one game.
Mhm.
In order to stay up on the rest side of the game because they're already
Okay.
ahead of the game. Even if they play Detroit, Detroit is tired, so we can't go to 7 games with Detroit. Now, we think OKC and the Spurs might go 7. That's why I'm saying that.
Mhm. It
Even
looks
though
like
it
they
could
will.
go either way. They might. We're not sure. They might.
Right. Mhm.
Salute. Let me start showing some more love to the chat. Salute to everybody in the chat. If I didn't salute you, right again. I'll make sure. Knicks have 7 W. Yeah. Yo, listen, the Knicks is playing outside their body. All right, Chris, we're going to give them the video. Let's give them the video. Let's give them the full video. We got a little video for the viewership.
As Josh Hart was starting to lose his balance before the whistle. Brunson, his first shot, knocks down the 3. Here's Josh Hart. Behind the arc. Hart knocks down the 3. He has struggled mightily from three-point range. He's having a great playoffs. Can't get it to fall.
We know that.
Mhm.
Gideon, that name sound familiar. We know that though. That's why we showing this. But the Knicks shot out of their body in this game. If we continue to do this, of course we gonna win. But look at that. You seen that? It was catch and shoot, no hesitation on thinking. Look. Now listen, that's how shots go in. See, you got to know that. Soon as he stepped into the side, look.
Yeah.
Deuce never missed. How many shots he missed, Chris? You said that the other day.
2.
It's another one. See, I was 4 for 4. He missed 2. He was so hot, it was no hesitation in his shot, and it built momentum from the 3-point line for all of the players. Let's get back to it. Towns, look, no hesitation.
Yeah.
Brunson with 7 to shoot. Jab step. He fires up a 3. That's good.
Oh my God.
Already with 8 points. Brunson wants some room. Uses a Robinson screen. Fires up another 3. Puts it in. Incredible shooting. Knicks can't miss. Shot clock at 5. Nice fake from Shamet. Fires away. Hit.
Even your boy Shaman, and we gotta keep pausing it too. We don't want them to try to give us take the video down. But your boy Shaman came off the bench, Chris. And
I'm not surprised.
I know you was in the crib. Oh, excuse me. What you mean?
I'm not. I peeped that a long time ago. He just had to feel like it was a glorious night. So, we didn't have OG like we had discussed. He probably felt like, okay, we don't have OG. He just activated himself and was like, okay, we got to do this for OG. And that's what they did. That's what they demonstrated. Them guys are in sync. They're in alignment. They play like this. They're going. That's my prediction. And I'm not gonna
let me say something. Let me say something off that take. One thing I noticed was the ball movement was impeccable.
Yes,
it was like we might as well keep passing the rock. We might as well just keep passing the rock. It's
like
moving.
We're capable of playing that way.
Yeah.
Because for a while, remember we were saying that, are we not capable of doing that? But we are.
No. I think it's contagious of what we did.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Remember I said this last show. If I'm playing and I give you the ball and you shoot it that way, I have to look for you.
Mm-hmm.
So now if you open, you're going to get the rock back. So good play is contagious. You know what I mean? It's very contagious. I think that's one thing you could say about good play. It's contagious. They all shot the ball very well. They
did.
So I think it led off of McBride's run. Who started it? That McBride, right? I think so.
Another 3.
Was it? Or was it McCall?
It's a Knicks avalanche from downtown.
I feel like it was Bridges.
You seen that? Look, no hesitation on the teamwork.
None.
Here comes Josh Hart. Ankle looks fine.
Look,
Clarkson.
quick.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we can't act like we've been seeing that for a long time.
No,
because we don't. We see Brunson going in his bag. If he draw a double, he'll pass. He's been having a lot of assists in those games. We broke that down as well, right? But I'm showing how it's contagious off good play that Clarkson is going to play that way, though, because he playing smart and he playing good. So he's automatically going to make that play. But it's the fact how fast he want to get it to Shaman. All right, let's see if they do it again. NBA record. That was the last one. Yo, hold on. That was the last one.
Was the last one. Mm-hmm.
Brunson first shot. Let's look for the passes. Josh Hart got his own. Okay.
Struggled mightily from three-point range. He's having a great playoffs. Can't get it to fall. Here's Josh Hart. Good transition.
Oh, there you go. Shovel. See? Nah, Chris, I ain't going front. You might be, if they play like that, they could do something. I ain't going to hold you.
Do you think that this is just good strategy, or is it a combination of, I just wonder, if I was a fly on the wall during, one of their
if he turns the corner, he in there.
They're doing?
What is it that they doing, you said? I
think
it's like I said.
Doing different? I'm not complaining.
I don't want to sound like, I know you're not. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I said I think they, if I'm playing and I see you making shots like that, right? And like you said, OG's out, so he's looking for somebody else to step up. And that's another thing, right? When a player that averages as much as OG's been averaging in the playoffs, right? You're going to get more ball movement because he's not attacking straight on, or because all these players aren't as good as him to create shots off the dribble. That's why I said to you, a lot of them can't do that. I said OG, Brunson, a lot of guys can't. But now, and we said this on the show too, teamwork, passing the ball to each other will kind of take out the problem with that. Because then now I'm giving you the extra pass if you're going to get a layup or open shot. You don't need to create You don't need to be a great shot creator in those positions because you don't need too many shot creators, right? Fine. OG's out, and look how much more ball movement. So it could have been strategy where we're going to share the ball a lot more. But I just think from great shooting, teammates seeing how hot this person was, and then he's continuing now because they closing out on me because I hit so many shots. Now he's open and I could just make the extra pass. That is what I saw. And it was contagious. It was like, I haven't seen the Knicks shoot the ball like that in a while. To be fair, I was shocked and I'm impressed. That's why I said I think they could win. They just have to handle Detroit fast, so they could still have a little tank from this rest.
Mm-hmm.
More than what the West gonna have because they're gonna really have to compete and use a lot
And
of
to
energy.
your point, yeah, that's kind of like what we expect. That's our expectation because, like, just as simple as what you said, when you are out of rest or you're fatigued, you're gonna play fatigue. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of the beast, and it's a contact sport.
Mm-hmm.
Our expectation as New Yorkers, we know that you guys got the rest. We know that you're in the gym, whatever it is that you're doing. But you got the rest, utilize it. Do not lose this momentum that you're having because we're in a position right now where I can say I have not felt like this in my life. With the Knicks, like I've never felt so hopeful before.
Mm-hmm. Because
So
the Knicks haven't won in 53 years.
that's outside of my lifetime. So
That's a lifespan. Yeah, it's a long time.
that's really what the expectation is. I will be very disappointed, but I like I said, I'm just not putting that in my vocabulary. I'm expecting the guys to go. It looks like they've smartened
I
up a
mean, we
lot.
should go to the finals. I think if we make the finals, God forbid we don't win, because I'll be hurt if we don't win. I don't want to say that. But if we make the finals and that happens, I think that's the extra step that we made that we haven't seen in a while. I
Hmm.
mean, we've been to the finals, but we haven't had an Eastern Conference final. So, but sometimes you win when you just expecting to do a little better, you overachieve, and I think that could happen with the Knicks this year because so many years we didn't have the luck to do that. Even on a smaller scale, we didn't have the luck to go in a direction that we trending now. It just looks weird. It just looks like we always ask for it. Like Boston had their little clover luck. You know what I'm saying? How things went for
Yep.
them. It
Yep.
just didn't work out for us. Then we beat Boston and wound up losing another way. We
Yep.
didn't even expect Halliburton. So it's like things go away for a reason. Then Indiana didn't win. They got cooked in the finals. Right? So we was right there. Will we have been a better team to go against instead of Indiana in that final? We don't know because we didn't make it there. So one thing I could say is if this is the year, I think this is the opportunity and they gotta go for it. I mean, I'm not like they're not going for it, but I think this is the best window for the Knicks to win a championship because next year it's gonna get tough. It's gonna continue to get tougher because you got young players that's coming up really fast in the league now.
I was
So
just gonna
right now,
ask you, I'm
yeah.
sorry, excuse me, I don't mean to cut
No,
you.
go ahead.
I
No,
was
you
just
didn't.
gonna segue. Like, so let's say if the Cavs take it, right? They're a younger team.
Hmm.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like they would? I mean, I think on paper, Cavs might look like they're the team that would give us some more pressure versus
Hmm.
why am I having like this
Detroit
for
versus
Detroit?
Detroit. That's what I'm here
So,
for. Don't worry about it. It's a
um,
lot going on. Shit.
like, because I was looking, but
Hmm.
I feel like Detroit is going to take it.
Yeah.
But again, what I said earlier tonight. Um, I don't think that we're going to see the same things that we have been seeing just because of the fact that they went to game 7 and they're not rested.
Hmm.
That's one of the stronger contributing factors. Um, and we're rested and we're playing different. Like we're having out of body experiences. So,
Right.
I just honestly think, and then I don't want to ever minimize Mike Brown. We really, really, really spoke about him a lot. We had a comprehensive conversation about him. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
he's doing collectively, the coaching system behind the New York Knicks, plus the players, whatever the talks are, whatever the plays are, whatever the structure is, plus the demonstration and the plays and the execution, it's working. So like if we can just stay in that, and I know that that's like sometimes that's really hard to adhere to because somebody can get injured, whatever the things are. Life is life, but if we could stay in this structure, and I know that that sounds so unrealistic
No,
and
it don't.
even
No, it
corny,
doesn't. You know
but
why? Let me
because
tell
it's
you
a lot
why.
of
No, hold on.
games.
No, let me tell you why. Let me just help you because I don't want you to think that's not far fetched because of the contagiousness of what we doing. And if we got to break it down, we have to give him credit for it. We spoke about in the last show when a player get hurt, right? We have to give the player credit like Shaman who came off the bench and did what he
Yeah.
did. But Mike Brown had to put him in position and have a strategy. It looked like the strategy was to move the rock and that worked. We spoke about that earlier. So, yeah, that is where you have to say Mike Brown got the guys ready without OG and went out there and did that. Yeah, the players had to make the shots, but he's drawing up what he need to draw up. And then he's tapping the guy on the shoulder who he thinks is going to be ready, which was Shamit, which was Jordan Clarkson. So remember, shows back, we spoke about why is Jordan Clarkson not playing? Why is this person not playing? Because we need a deep roster to go far. That was my whole mentality. It's always been. I know we're gonna need these guys, right? Because even Detroit, they was playing Sasser, and Sasser wasn't getting run for the longest. But it's just example how these guys didn't have no legs. And then the guys that do got legs is guys that only been in the league for 2 years. Jenkins was on St. John's. He played against Steph. He played against Stephon Castle in college. I know most of them guys from college. The kid from Minnesota with the braids, he went to Illinois. I can't his name just slipped my mind, but the viewers know who I'm talking about. These guys been in college for a couple of years. Now they're the guys that's in most of these guys are in the final teams that's left. You see what I mean, Chris? So it's like the young legs are out there. So in reference to your point though, Mike Brown deserves his credit for tapping the right guy on his shoulder. For sure. No question to ask. We gave him his props though this season. So let's not feel like we don't, because we continue to double down and mention his name. And I'm sure. All right, let's listen to what they have to say about the Knicks.
Boy, Brunson bigger than Cat, Lord. That's body,
Body
boy.
to head.
But
He
if
the
I got
black
lion, he the thing that formed Voltron in there. You feel me?
Cat than Brunson.
Keep that motherfucker.
One inside, outside. I don't need a scoring guard with them to put
Knicks
Jalen
need
Brunson with Antetokounmpo. You shrinking the floor
with the
on them now.
swing, with the same shit.
With the swing. So they want I said, Chris, how are they talking about not just them? How's anybody talking about Giannis right now? And we doing all this good stuff with this team. It just don't like cool. If we lose, they saying that's what they want us to do. But right now, and this salute to this Hawks fan. Hold on, let's show them some love. The team different. No worries with this team. Knicks going to finals. Be confident in this team. Well, Hawks NTL, I'm sure you see and you know that, but we've been Knicks fans for a while, so we know that, bro. We appreciate you for chopping in with us. You always welcome here. We show love, but we are confident. We just talking about what could happen. See, when you've been a Knicks fan for a long time, we've been let down before. We know what let down feels like, okay? So a lot of people aren't going to get too excited until we receive the championship, and you have to respect those people that's like that because they had too many years of trauma. You know what I'm saying? Too many years of, hold on, I got something for that. Too many years of this. And then it didn't go our way. It didn't go our way. Too many years of this. Too many years of this.
Wait, remember last time he said when he was on here, he said that Knicks was his number 2 team. after the Hawks.
Nah, he's not allowed to be. He's not allowed to be unless
Wait,
he's
he
from
said
New
my
York.
pop's a Knicks fan.
Unless
He's
he's
from
from New York.
Brooklyn.
Oh,
I hear this
okay. He
all
good
day.
then. All right, cool. If your pop's from Brooklyn,
He
you
said
gotta
that.
your pops notarize your paperwork. You good money. Anybody trying to be a Knicks fan now that hasn't been a Knicks fan when we wasn't bad, only the true Knicks fans can notarize your paperwork. And don't try to act like we don't see y'all trying to sneak in the back door. I see all these people posting, oh, I want to be a Knicks fan. The Knicks is lit. Yeah, leave if you one of them. I'm glad I seen the numbers go down. I don't care. Because guess what? You are probably them people that was hating on the Knicks, wishing we lose, wasn't supporting we wasn't winning. So the real fans, we really have a real reason to be happy for. Not me going to look and be down with Brooklyn, check and see with the Lakers. Only kids follow players. Any grown man that did that, your paper got to be notarized and you got to leave a deposit if you a certain
He
age.
checking resumes, y'all. He checking resumes.
Yeah, over here, if you get notary for the love of the game, you got to leave a deposit if you're a grown man. We only let the kids get away with following players. So I've been a Knicks fan suffering. People been Knicks fans suffering. Bad teams, all that. Y'all made fun of us. Now what? Yeah, don't even try it. Y'all trying to sneak through the back door. You stay a Brooklyn Net fan if you was. Yeah, y'all had Kyrie and KD. Y'all thought y'all was everything. We glad we didn't get them. That would have ruined our whole everything. Seriously. I hear myself coming through the TV somewhere.
My bad. That's my fault.
That's all right. Nah, we know. And the media been hating too. Let's talk about that. The media been using us for clicks. You know, they used our name in vain. They got money off of our pain. You know what I'm saying? They felt like people wanted to laugh at us, so they want to keep talking about us, and they was laughing. So now, that's why Dolan and the Knicks started keeping only stuff at MSG and moving that way. But all right, let's get back into this, because y'all already know how I feel about that.
Take Cat out, who's usually on the perimeter for the swing. It's the same with thing. Giannis, it's going to create opportunity. Then Brunson, if he turns the corner, he in there. And then Mitchell, OG, all these niggas coming off the bench, man.
So you don't like the Brunson-Towns combination right now?
I like the Brunson-Towns combination. I said I like the Brunson-Giannis combination
better
than the Giannis-Cat combination you was talking about. That's
Chet Holmgren and Hartenstein.
Yeah.
That's two bigs together. One can spread the floor and one is, inside.
One is
That's a way better version of that.
What you think about that? Do you like?
I don't know.
He's basically comparing, but I don't like how they want to put Giannis already.
Right. That's a little adventurous. Like, let's focus on what we're doing right now. We're doing well right now. Giannis is not in the picture right now. Like, knock it off. I actually think that that's a little ostentatious that they're saying that. But cool, they OGs, let them go. But stop. Let's focus on the task at hand right here. Because this is what we know that we are capable of doing with these guys. We don't know if the synchronicity, like we had to work on our synchronicity back when, before the playoffs came. Me and you spoke about that. Will, we were saying how they was looking, a little bit out of sync, all these things, all this criticism. For them to get to this point, no, I don't want to hear nobody talking about let's add this person. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about what we're seeing demonstrated right now. We've seen it, 7 games consecutively? Those guys are doing well. They're synchronized. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So let's talk about how we can improve with that. And if I'm honest, I don't even know how to improve it because it just was seamless. I did not expect for the Knicks to take the series like that. I didn't.
Right.
This is surpassing my expectations.
Me too, Chris. Chris, me too, though. I'm keeping it a bean. Like, I didn't expect it. I said whatever I said before about Bridges. And that's another thing. What you think about that? Like, let's talk about Bridges for a second. Let's give him some credit from coming from where he came from. We talked bad about his play, right? One thing I noticed was that when you have in a slump, you just want to be in position to help and do certain things. And he started cutting and making fast reads. He always hustled on defense. It's just that I feel like we needed more. So I think when OG went down, it proved the point of one basketball, because now other guys that we felt that needed to do more, they did. Right?
I couldn't have said that better. Yeah.
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 Because OG can attack, and he may not always see you that in the same fashion.
Yeah.
But guys that don't have the same level of attackability that OG has, they looking to swing the ball better.
Yes. Yes.
And make quicker plays, like the Alvarados, the Shamits.
I was about to say a la Alvarado, Shamit, Clark. That's what we saw.
Right.
That's, and I was concerned too, because I'm like, well, what does this mean when OG comes back? Like, is that going to affect our team negatively? And then I thought about it. No, I don't think that it will, because I think that we know now these gentlemen, well, I knew from before that I always told you that Shamit had the capability. I always believed in that gentleman. I always was able to see when he got the correct, not even that, wherever he was shooting from the three, can you speak? From the three, from the line. No, Shamit. Wherever he was shooting from, he was usually good. So I said to myself, he needs more minutes. That's what I was saying at that time. But to see that he can play under the pressure lets me know that he is exactly who I thought that he was. Even Jose, because we know our guy, he got all the grit in the world. He's offensively very, very smart, very intelligent, his IQ, but he doesn't always make his shots. Even he made 2 of his 4. So I was just like, these guys are capable. But to your point, I think because of the absence, getting back to what I originally posed, of OG might have activated them. So I'm like, well, all right. Well, Crescendo, do you think that they're going to deactivate? And no, the answer is no. I think that they also, if we're feeling how we're feeling, imagine how they're feeling.
Right.
And I do, I believe that cat wants the chip. I do. He
and I'm glad you said that. Go ahead, finish what you saw.
I saw something on him, and he has the strong desire. He said, but this was a statement from way back, because I had to do some really deep diving on Carl Anthony. And he said, I really do want to bring this team the championship. I really do. I want to stay with the Knicks until we get that. And I believe him. So regardless of what we say about him, we know that he's capable. We know that he's a big. We know that to me, he's like a two-way player to me. So I think,
is he a two-way player?
I think.
Nah. I mean, look, he could play defense, but he got to play better without fouling.
Correct.
A two-way player is somebody who's gonna play better defense than Towns. Maybe. I don't want to take away from him being that.
You're right.
No. Listen, hold on. Let me finish. I don't want to take away from him being that, or from on your take neither, or even take it away from him being that, right? But to be fair, he cannot continue to make silly fouls off of setting screens, sticking his butt out. He can't. Because think about it. Look, you going against. Hold on, real quick. He going against. You heard what they just said. You said respect to the OGs, right? So this just thought about what they said. He brought up Chet Holmgren and Hartenstein. That's who we would have to play in the finals, or Wembanyama and the other backup center that they got that's decent, come off the bench and do good work. Yep. So with that being said, you're gonna have to play perfect basketball. And we talked about the cup. The cup is one game. We have to beat these guys in the 7-game series. Minnesota beat the Spurs in a couple games. Shout out to Steph Castle. Shout out to nephew. Minnesota won a couple games and then turn around and get smoked on their own court because Wemby changes the game. I'm not saying that the Knicks can't beat them, but I'm talking about the silly mistakes that Towns make. Okay, if we playing, all right, I'll give you a good example. We was playing great ball and he was out for the whole first half. So that's another reason why you saw other guys having to step up. So that means that certain guys just be in the way. And the ball guards take you off the court with stupid play. Because we still won by a lot when Towns had to sit for the whole first half. If we look up how many times Towns is out for silly fouls, there's no way in the finals that's going to work. Because you got too many bigs. Josh Hart cannot guard Wembanyama or Chet Holmgren or Hartenstein, which was on our team. Can he try and do a decent job? Yeah, because Wembanyama, OG Anunoby did a decent job guarding Wembanyama. They want to put smaller guys on taller guys for agility purposes and speed, which is fine. Cool. But the other side of that coin is when those guys get in the paint or offensive rebounding, Mitchell Robinson, he can't miss free throws. These is things that I noticed that I said when we get to the finals, is any of these teams doing that? Is any of their bigs missing free throws? Is any of this? Any of this? No. They're not missing free throws. They're not doing silly fouls. Wemby go just like this, and then when you try to shoot over, he wait for it to go in the air, and then he plant it somewhere. Steph Castle was up on you putting so much pressure. My man Harper, these guys are good. Do I want the Knicks to win a chip? Yes, I've been a Knicks fan before I supported the Spurs in any way. So I do want the Knicks to win. But they cannot go to the finals with OKC or the Spurs playing that kind of basketball. Silly mistakes. It's not going to be a lopsided game with Towns on the bench still.
And you speaking specifically about Cat and Hart, right?
I didn't have too much bad to say about Hart. I just brought up Hart because they're going to look for him for defense. They're going to look for Hart for defense, right? And who else are we going to call on? Is OG going to be in great position health-wise to guard the best players? We don't know, right? So after OG, who's the best defender on the team? Mitchell Robinson is a rim protector. He's only a rim protector. He can't guard the wing. He can move his feet, but he's not going to be able to. It's too many guys out there that could do wing penetration on OKC and the Spurs. So if Wemby's down there, you're not going to be able to go over there and you're going to have to stay with Wemby, right? So those other guys are going to have to stop the ball. So I don't want to move too far ahead. That's just a little bit of my take on finals situations, and hopefully we fix those things before we get to the finals, right? Detroit, that's in front of us. I don't want to move too far past what we have in front of us. Detroit is right here. We should beat Detroit. They're only going to get, this is what I meant to say. Do you see how OKC and the Spurs is already starting on Monday? So that means the Spurs only had today and tomorrow to rest. So if whoever wins tomorrow, the Knicks series is starting on Tuesday.
Yep. Period.
They not giving them guys any time to rest their legs. Because it's about who went out first, who got the rest. That's your advantage. We don't care. This is what it is.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So with that being said, that's going to be crazy. That's why I think the Knicks have a crazy advantage as far as stamina. I can see these guys with the Gatorade signs under them on Detroit already. They tired. I mean, Donovan Mitchell was trying so hard to score yesterday. It looked bad. James Harden, he's a couple more gray hairs from retiring. You know what I'm saying? For real, it's like the NBA is about to make a big change. I could tell you that because you got young guys coming up fast. They coming up fast. So we got Wembanyama, Brunson. These guys are the face of the NBA now. Cade Cunningham, Steph Castle, of course, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, Chet Holmgren. So we got a nice finals coming. Whoever we see, we should handle Detroit. That game is coming up Tuesday for sure. Like I said, tomorrow we'll watch that game to see how that play out. And just if you happen to see the game tomorrow, just take a look at how tired guys is in the third quarter. Guys are really tired. I think that's our advantage, and we need to stick to that advantage. Like I said earlier, by only allowing them to get at least one game. Push the rock. Push the rock. Alvarado going to push the rock. Brunson, push the rock. And let's hope that the rest don't backfire on us.
I
Rest
don't
could
see how it
backfire.
could, but it could. I
Rest
mean,
could
I don't
backfire.
see, but
Too
yeah,
much
it could.
rest.
Too
Now my
much.
legs been sitting down. Yes, the thing is too much rest. They had a lot of rest, Chris. Hopefully they playing still. You know,
I
you
hope
can't play
so.
a real game, so it's no test real. It's no real test because you're just playing practice. You don't want to get hurt, right? So
Yeah.
it's their advantage though. I don't want to put any bad stuff in the mix of it. It's their advantage. They have to just go out and get it.
How bad do
Run
you
them
want
to the
it?
floor. No more finals with the Knicks playing.
Playing a Texas team, 94 Rockets, 99 Spurs.
Mm-hmm. So you know his stuff too. Yeah. Shout out
You
to you,
know?
bro. Thanks for chiming in, man. We got a few more minutes. We got 15 minutes left. I had something else I wanted to ask you. So if the Knicks actually win it this year,
Mhm.
right? It would be like a total shocker. It would be like, but if they don't win, how would you feel? I hate to ask you the harsh question of it, but how would you feel?
First, it's
I
okay
know
to
it's
ask
tough,
me
but
hard questions. It's okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna just get
You
through
gonna
it.
cry? Are you gonna cry?
Um, I don't think so.
So I don't
I,
think so.
I will be disappointed. Um, but you know what? They're always going to be. I look like I'm going to cry now. Voice cracking.
No.
Um, they're always going to be champions to me because, like I told you growing up, I remember, and to just be at this point in my life and to be at this current juncture and see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm seeing
Yeah.
is really, really, it's carried me where I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm really happy to see that. I know that we
Yeah.
have it in us. And like how you and the gentleman that you speak to, Parrish, were
Yeah.
saying, if we don't have it this year, God forbid, it's coming
Yeah.
within the next 2 years. So that is the mentality that I have. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
like a loss to me. It just means, well, next season, because I know that they have the
We'll get it
potential
next
to do
season.
so.
Right. I like that take.
So
I agree. I agree with that take. I agree. You can't feel. I just wanted to see, because at the end of the day, why I agree is because when I was young too, and I started to be a Knicks fan, and I seen we wasn't really getting good, I just stayed a Knicks fan. I could have went and been a fan of any team. So just to not see this type of team come together and this type of camaraderie and the city and everything back behind them, it is fly. It is dope to me. It's like I could imagine a parade, regardless of the what ifs and what could happen stuff that we may say, right? We still trying to prevent that from happening. And like I said, we had so many years of what I call bad luck, right? Where I think now we just may get the ball bounced to go in our direction. A
right.
buzzer beater, or the ref call or something, and it's like, oh, but it's going our way now. You know what I mean? How many years we seen a call that wasn't right, but it didn't go our way, and it cost us to lose. So it's like now it's finally gonna go a different direction because we in a position now. You know what I mean? So personally, man, I'm excited just to be here, to be a part of the energy, and that I don't have to hear people say them bum ass Knicks. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that stigma stuck with us for so long, and I want to clip that. That's why I be so aggressive on people trying to come back and be fans, because they used to really talk bad about the brand of
I know.
basketball, which wasn't good, right? And I know that, but it was just about loyalty, and I know it was going to be good one day, right? And it's like, did it take a long time? Yeah, it did. So we all excited about that because it was a long wait, a long time coming. So it's like, are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it? Is it this our year? Is it finally our year? So I think that's what the anticipation really is, for New Yorkers. You know, we got Yankees here. We got so many sports teams that's really good. They got a lot of fans that get behind it, and a lot of them people kind of fell back from the Knicks was the way the ownership and the rosters was put together turned a lot of people off. So with that being said, we in a new time now. We got good guys, decent ball players, and I like the way they carry themselves. To me, that's very important. We had a lot of guys who was in the club after the game, and
Yeah.
even though they was decent ball players, that's not gonna
No,
get you a
tell it.
ring.
Tell it, Will. Tell it. You
Yeah.
right.
So I
You
like
are
I like
definitely
Brunson and those guys when it comes to that kind of stuff. They good guys. You could critique their game and we could say they could play better, but they decent young men. They take the game serious. They come to play. They come in to win. And Villanova, they know how to play together. They already comfortable with sharing the rock that way. That's another reason why, Chris, the ball looks so good when it move like that, because them guys really are cool with each other.
Mhm.
It's not fake love if they've been cool that long. Or why would you come to my team? It don't really make sense. So when you see that rock moving like that, those are guys who like playing together. And that right there is the chemistry of a championship team, if you ask me. You can't have haters on there. You see guys on NBA teams now on the bench, they like that. They see their teammate just did something great. They want to be him. But if you
Mhm.
on the team, you got to just celebrate and be ready and be happy for your teammate. But it's a lot of stuff that's going on in the NBA. If you look at closely, you'll see. And the Knicks don't have that on that roster, and I'm proud of that. We have a lot of guys. Alvarado was running up and down the bench, jumping for everybody. You know what I mean? I'm just
Yes.
happy to see what we got going on, man. You
So I'm
know,
happy to be
everybody want to
here.
be like us. Yeah, we always have the Mecca, right? The Garden, the Stars, the Mecca, New York City playgrounds of basketball. One of everybody want to come here and visit, right? So it
Uh-huh.
just felt out of place for the Knicks not to be right, you know? So that's one intricate piece of our city that we always needed back. And I'm just happy, regardless if we win or not, that I can't hear some of the chatter that I used to hear about my Knicks. And we dangerous now, and we could win that any year now. And I'm excited about that. If we win this year, I'll be at the parade going crazy. I'll let y'all know that. I'll be at the parade
I'm
going
gonna be standing
crazy.
on top of somebody's car going like
Now I'm
this.
getting a golf cart. I told you my plan. I'm getting a golf cart, put the Nick and stickers on it. They're gonna think I'm part of the team. We going right in the line. I'm gonna find out what time they're coming out, where they coming out. Slide in. Whoa, 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 whoa. This me, Hardwill. Yo, yo. Pull a golf cart in. Yeah. I'm gonna drive the
I
golf
want it
cart from
so
Jersey.
bad.
I don't
uh,
want to.
Hawks ATL said when the Knicks
The
win the
city
chip, they
gonna
getting
be.
the
The,
National Guard out there.
yeah, the city gonna be on tilt for a week. I think the jobs gotta shut down. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be
It's
crazy.
gonna be
That's
some
what I want to see.
PCOUs.
Look, we haven't saw this in 53 years. So just imagine how crazy it's gonna be. People
Mhm.
gonna want to travel in from other places that's New Yorkers that still support the Knicks. They're gonna want to just come into the city. It's gonna be oh man, it's gonna be crazy. I just can't wait to see. Only problem that they got on the other side on the West Coast is some serious bigs. That's it. There's some serious bigs over there. And
We ain't get there
all
yet, but
right, we ain't get
you're
there
right.
yet. We ain't
I
get there
was
yet.
thinking the same thing,
We ain't get
but
there. It's serious players.
it is.
I had some clips I was gonna play, but I don't want to play no Spurs. Not right now. Because I don't want the Knicks fans. Like my channel, we got the Knicks and the Spurs up on our thing. Cause Steph Castle is my nephew, right? Some of y'all may know that, right? But I'm a Knicks channel first, and I'm a Knicks fan first. So I don't even play all this. I don't want my Knicks fans to be upset. We do talk about it, right? But if they meet up against each other, we gotta call it like it is.
Yep.
We have to call it like it is. That's it. And I wish may the best team win, and I come out winning either way. Somebody asked me that on Facebook. They just want to know how I felt about the Knicks and the Spurs in the finals. And I said I could win either way. And I said it early in the season that it's going to be in the Knicks and the Spurs. And I just said it. I wasn't sure, but it's looking that way now. If they could be OKC, OKC is in the same position as the Knicks. OKC is rested. The Knicks is rested. Only difference is OKC is going to have a tougher fight than the Knicks if the Knicks do what they got to do. Think about that. Look, I'm going to show y'all before we get out of here. Look, this is our thumbnail, okay? So this gives you a quick idea. All right, we already know Detroit should win, but it's game 7. Sometimes you could miss, just like Donovan Mitchell was missing yesterday, right? So Detroit could be like that tomorrow. Duncan Robinson could have a bad game because he was the one that won the game for them, right? Okay, this is the difference. Whoever the Knicks play, the Knicks have to handle them fast because I don't think the Spurs and the Thunder series is going to be quick. Now, OKC and the Knicks has got the same type of gas right now. They got the same type of energy from rest. Now, we do got to mention again that sometimes rest could backfire, but I don't really think it could backfire on both of those teams. Somebody's going to utilize the rest, right? And I don't think it's going to backfire on anybody because these players are real elite. And when you got a full Brunson with a full tank of gas, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with a full tank of gas, it's going to be a problem. But the Spurs had OKC's number this year. Now, look at this. How ironic that the Knicks played the Spurs in the Cup, even though we mentioned that the Spurs and the Knicks in the 7-game series is different from the Cup game, right? Okay, the Spurs had OKC's number because they beat them to advance in the Cup. So will they have their number still and just knock them out, or will it go to 7 and will the best man win? Because the Knicks should play one of them, if you ask me. That's my take on it. Chris, off what I just said, you don't have to have a lot, but what you looking at? I think it's going to be Detroit, but you mentioned Cleveland, and you got a good point there because you can't count the Cavs out with Donovan Mitchell. And he had a bad game yesterday. But I don't think, to answer your question, that Cleveland is a tougher matchup or Detroit. They both got spaghetti legs. And is Donovan Mitchell better than Cade Cunningham right now? Maybe. But Cade is averaging the most in the playoffs right now. So that's a good question. They don't play the same position neither. But they don't play the same position.
They don't.
Even though that don't matter, though. It don't matter because Brunson's not guarding the point guard. He's not going to guard Cade if they play Detroit.
So let's think about it that way.
He said he got the Cavs tomorrow. Okay.
I think that Detroit is going to take it.
And
because
they got back home for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm. And honestly, it puts me at ease too. I would rather go against them.
You'd rather go against the Pistons than Cleveland?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I respect that. But Donovan Mitchell,
I'm not laughing.
Donovan Mitchell looked tired though.
He does.
And remember, if whoever win get a start Tuesday, so we don't care how tired you are. Let's go. And I don't think a Donovan Mitchell with that gas tank could beat the Knicks. Even though Afro Man on the Cavs is balling right now. And I think the Cavs do have better defenders than Detroit, or it could be a toss-up because Mobley is on all defensive team. Jared Allen is a good defensive player. Donovan Mitchell does play some defense. I can't think of nobody else on that team for defense off the top, but that is a few good defensive players. That means they have more than us. Because they said Mikal Bridges was, but I don't really seen it to a point where he's shutting somebody down.
It's possible.
Like Ant-Man got shut down yesterday. Ant-Man had 3 points. Yeah, shout out to Steph Castle again. That's what I'm saying. These are the guys that we're going to have to play against. And Ant-Man is a guy who took the Nuggets out in Denver a couple years ago. So it's like these are guys who's been killers. So it's the type of level of defense that's out here right now. I'm watching. I'm not taking sides.
But to me, that's what makes us lethal because, like, what if we have, like, a bizarre occurrence like that?
Like what?
Like, what if we stay in this bizarro zone that we're in? Where it's like, I never expected.
Let's be realistic. Let's be
Come on, Will.
No, I was gonna say, let's be realistic. Joel Embiid was playing after surgery. Joel Embiid looked like he was in slow motion, right? Let's be clear. They got Maxey. Paul George just came back off a drug suspended for half the season. He was on some type of steroid drugs.
I remember.
Right? He tried. He had 15 in the first quarter and then scored no more for the
did.
rest of the game. So it's like, I'm gonna keep it real, Chris. I
What
respect
about
that the Knicks
Atlanta?
wiped the. No, listen. No, I don't think Atlanta should have did half of what they did.
Okay.
But
All
I
right, I just wanted to
respect
see
that
what
the
you
fact
feel.
that the Knicks swept the Sixers because the Sixers really was that bad. They really did. And I don't think that we could say, yeah, our Knicks could do that, right? But the Sixers was that bad where I don't think we could say they're going to play that way against a team that's better than them. Can they
Okay.
shoot the ball that great again? Yes, they can. They're on a high if they share the ball that way and they shoot the ball the way we showed the clip and they release them confidently. See, that's what I was trying to say to you. When you a shooter and you release, it's like a timing. When you click your wrist, it's like when somebody's on fire. They not thinking. They know they made their last one. They shooting it again. So that's what we shooting it again the same way. So that's what we saw. We saw consistent, hot shooting from the Knicks. Passing, nothing that we saw. Soon as he got it, you seen him going to shoot. Or even when they did a step back, he knew he was doing a step back to go and shoot. Time and releasing was perfect. It's just like in 2K when you play the game, you just push the button. It's a perfect release. So the Knicks had that. Can they do it again? Yeah. But if you have defense that's like the Sixers was, it's easy to do that to that kind of defense. The Spurs is guarding you 100 feet all the way down there where you take the ball out at.
I don't want to talk about the Spurs right now.
No, okay. So Cade Cunningham is a defender too, right? Cade Cunningham's going to guard Brunson. We got Jalen Duren, we got Reed, and we got a couple other good defenders over there. We got one of the Thompson twins that plays decent defense as well over there.
Forgot about him.
Okay,
Yep.
right. We can't forget about him because he blocked somebody's shot up with two hands and came down and smacked it like as if I ain't see that in a long time. And he's starting to make jump shots a little bit. So, you know, what Minnesota did wrong yesterday in the beginning of the game, and this is what teams used to do before when Castle couldn't really shoot the ball. They put Rudy Gobert on him and was gonna let him shoot. And he made 4 for 5 from 3 or something like that. He made all of the threes. So we can't assume that the Thompson twin will miss, even though he probably won't make that much. We can't give nobody nothing. We have to be on the basketball playing defense and make guys beat us off the dribble. That's what the Spurs and OKC is doing. OKC got Lou Dort, the guard wing defenders. They got a few players that could guard wing defenders. And then the cheat thing is that what these guys are doing, they make their guards pressure the basketball, and then they hide their center in the backdrop to where he's going to leave his man when you commit to shooting. So you can't go in the air and then pass it to your man because then now he left his man and you found the open man. So Wemby's cheating. He's the backup. So that's why you see these guys going in and then going back out. And then the guards are pressuring the Rock up with all type of playoff pressure. So it's a lot, and I just hope that the Knicks are ready for what the West has to bring. Is the Knicks ready for what the East has to bring? I do believe so. So we should get an Eastern Conference championship because our legs are full tank of gas in playoffs. So we should get an Eastern Conference championship, and we should get a ring too, but I just want to take one thing at a time. Let's start with the East, like you said. Pump my brakes. Let's go Eastern Conference Championship, and we're going to revisit it again and talk about who we're going to play next and how the series look. You know, I gave a lot of my takes on how the other teams look, though. I'm glad I did that so you guys that watch me could see how I watch all basketball as well, even though I just cover mainly the Knicks and Spurs. Little splash of the Spurs. Knicks fans, don't get mad, because then if the Knicks lose and the Spurs win, I don't want y'all to be mad at us because we all Knicks fans here. Just you got to support family. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And we got a few minutes, Chris, because we said we're going to go over a few minutes over the hour because we played a few minutes of video. So we got like 5 minutes. if you don't have nothing to say, I had another question for you. You had a question, rather. You mentioned this earlier. When OG comes back, will we see the same production from the guys that we seen the production from when he was out? Right.
Mhm.
I think we will, because I think OG won't come back on the same minutes that he was before he went out. And I think that they need to keep these guys shooting and keep the defense honest, because when Brunson is about to go in his bag and he's cooking, guys normally leave these guys on the wing to go and help. But if you see guys like Sherman and Clarkson shooting the ball this way, you can't. I think I know Gideon. Is this Gideon? Right in the chat where we used to call you, because I think you used to use that name. Salute to you.
Yeah, it does
Ant
not.
does have some help. T Wolves lead the NBA playoff in bench scoring. Yeah, but DiVincenzo is out. Even Ant said he missed DiVincenzo. And another thing, Daniels got cooked. He was in foul trouble every game. He tried to fight. He wanted to fight with Castle, and look what happened to him. He got dunked on yesterday, 30-point game, and he couldn't even hit a three. And all you seen was the fans saying, "What's up with this guy? Every game he's in foul trouble." So you don't think we're gonna feel the same way about Towns in a closeout game? Yeah, it's about to get serious. Knicks fans, listen, Knicks fans gonna want you to support the players, but when you mess up to get us sent home, ain't nobody gonna have your side really but your family. This is Nick Universe. Let's keep it real. Ain't nobody gonna save you. We gonna say you shouldn't have did this. You shouldn't have kept sticking your butt out. You shouldn't have kept setting back screens. So hopefully they stop it now. Hopefully they seen that footage and said, Towns, you can't do this, bruh. So
I
Chris,
was the one who said that I feel like he's going to make the adjustment. We on demon time now. I'm sorry. I'm
is
sorry.
Towns on demon time?
I didn't say Towns. I
No, I'm
said,
asking you.
well,
His passes is though. His passes is on demon time. I give him that.
he's playing better. He needs to make an improvement, and it needs to happen, like you said. Will, it has to happen. We cannot have you in foul trouble in quarter one. Like, it just can't happen. It's ridiculous. We need. I don't even want to get into it because it gets me activated. So yes, we need
Right.
you to, come in and think about what you're doing, correct your form, and just do the damn thing.
Yeah, but don't bring up. Like, we talking about what they just did recently, and at the end of the day, if you saying that, then you giving all this credit to these young Spurs, then, because Dylan Harper's a rookie, Castle's a second-year player. Let's keep it real. We've been new about Vassell. You know what I mean? I watched the Spurs. The Spurs haven't been in it for a long time, bro. The Spurs actually was trying to, like, those guys wasn't really giving Wimby the ball. So go back and watch the old Spurs, how they used to try to do Wimby, like, because they was like giving him the team, and those guys been there. So go back and look. But these young guys is coming. I just want Jalen Brunson's experience to overpower the disadvantages that he may have. He may have some disadvantages, but his experience should help him overcome that. He's proven that he's solid. If dudes could guard you, so what? You still get yours. That's how it go. You ain't gonna make every shot, but you've been doing this against good defenders all year. So it's nothing new to Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson been going at it with the Spurs too. They cooked him in the Garden on Christmas. I was at that game. Then he went back and had 60 in San Antonio. So Jalen Brunson has nothing, it's nothing new to him to go in the trenches in San Antonio or OKC and get busy. I'm just keeping it real on that. And if the Knicks players surround him with this type of energy and support, making shots when he need them to, that makes his game elevate even more. So I'm cool with JB and the supporting cast. Carl Towns on offense, his offense is decent. I like how he don't hesitate to shoot the ball, but that's why he make threes. I spoke about not hesitating earlier. But Carl Towns cannot afford to make bad screens, because how you getting fouls on offense and then you go on defense and make bad fouls? Think about it. This is what puts you in foul trouble easily. You have to play smart on either one of those ends. We don't expect you to play smart. I mean, yeah, we do expect you to play smart, but if you're playing hard, you're going to make some fouls on either one of those ends, right? But it shouldn't be you not playing smart on both ends. Making silly fouls on when we got the ball by sticking your rear end out, and then they called it once, and then you do it again. That's a problem for me because as a player, when you make a certain decision to set a screen a certain way and you can see if they're not calling, reference to if they are going to call that kind of game. And it's up to you to say, oh, they calling this. They calling this. Okay, I got to chill with that because they're not allowing that. Some games they just let y'all get away with a whole bunch of stuff. Then fine, but you still have to even watch how you sticking your butt out because it just looks bad. It looks like the ref should have called it. And then when the players coming around, they let you hang on, they body hang on to your hip to make it look bad. And then stop doing this. Stop doing this like you don't know what you did. The ref don't like this. Towns, stop doing this. Just say, all right, and go the other way. That's like some gangster shit. All right, whatever. Go the other way. All that. Like, and then it's like, you saying you ain't did nothing. I would be a ref that would be like, are you okay, bruh? Oh, like, seriously. You did it twice, and then you did this again. Like we making this shit up. Like, bro, tell your coach to challenge it then, because you out here wilding, my G. So I ain't going too crazy on Towns. I'm just telling you how it look, and it's not going to be good. And Knicks fans are going to be upset when it get down to the nitty gritty. See, nobody noticed it, Chris. When we up 3 games, we sweep somebody, and it happened. He sit for the whole half. But let that be a closeout game, and you see how the city going to talk about that. I'm just saying.
Tomatoes,
Shout out to Mike Brown for putting him on the top of the key, for him to do something else for us, passing the rock like that, because that's what that is. Shout out to Mike Brown. That created backdoor cuts. I think he got that from one of his other teams. That's another shout out for Mike Brown.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about Ant-Man no more, Gideon. Ant-Man is, I think he's headed to Hawaii or no, Spain. He's always out of here. He's fishing. He let a young Spurs team that hasn't been here in so long send him fishing. And your man Julius Scandal. Julius Scandal. You had Castle guard you too, Julius Scandal, and you didn't do nothing. Hold on, I didn't mean to hit that one. Hold on, I got something for Julius Scandal. Julius Scandal, you had these guys. You was out here looking bad. Even Penny Hardaway. No, not Penny. My bad. T-Mac said at halftime, Randall, if you don't do something, your man got 2 bad knees, and you out here. Come on, you had a second-year player shutting you down. Julius Scandal, I'm glad we got rid of you. Oh, my bad. I wanted to give him a laugh. I can't find it right now. He lucky. But, yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that, because I thought about that yesterday watching the game. I'm like, yo, y'all supposed to do something. They lost by 30 at home. So, I can't wait to see OKC in the Spurs game, and then we get to see the Knicks on Tuesday. And we out of here. We've been on for 1 hour and 13. We went a little extra 13 minutes just because. Let me take this down. Just because. You got anything else to say about this? Because you saying Knicks all the way, right? You picked Detroit here. You said Detroit. Cavs, I don't know about this game yet, because I think Donovan Mitchell's going to come back and redeem himself because he shot so bad yesterday. That's what normally happens. I don't know about this game neither, because no matter what, it's a playoff series, and they're going to have to go back and forth and fight it out. So I'm not sure about this series. I want to see how game 1 go. And that's about it for me on this episode of For the Love of the Game. I had a great show. Let me shout out the chat. Great time on this episode. Shout out the chat again, everybody who came in, chopped it up with us. A couple new faces. Gideon, I think I know you. Is good to see you, bro. Thanks for chopping in. If I don't, still, thanks for chopping it up with us. Hawks, ATL 678. Salute to you. And yo, ATL, let me just say this to you, Hawks. Atlanta has most of the players in the NBA. Let me just tell you that right now. They got Ant-Man, Steph Castle. They got Jabari Smith. They got Sexton. They got Isaiah Collier. They got it's way more than I'm saying. I just wanted to say it to shout out Atlanta because Atlanta has so many guys in the NBA and they got more. I happened to watch the Atlanta circuit when I seen Steph coming through high school and playing AAU. And a lot of those guys are in the NBA now. So I seen a lot of those players before they made it famous playing like in AAU and in high school. Oh, another one from Detroit, Ron Hollins. He was a rival against Castle in high school. Collier from Utah Jazz. He was a rival against Castle in high school. He was the Naismith Player of the Year. So that's just some of the players I remember off the top of the head that I remember that I seen in live before they was famous for years play. And it's dope to see them players actually do good in the NBA and actually be in this group of players right now. Because Detroit, Ron Hollins, Stephon Castle, who else? The Knicks don't really got nobody new. Oh, Kolek. Kolek is from that era because he was on Marquette when Marquette played against UConn. So shout out Kolek.
Yep.
Detroit,
Tyler.
Spurs got them. And Harper from Rutgers. So that's some players that I know about from coming through with the AAU circuit. So that's why I speak highly on young players. And the Knicks players aren't too young, so they got to use their experience and they're going to have to guard up. But that's my last take. And like I said, Chris, dope show. We'll be back this week, right, Chris? Hopefully
We shall.
this week.
Yeah, I believe so. I think we should come back Wednesday.
Wednesday? Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
We'll be back
Yeah.
Wednesday. Oh, the Knicks should play Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks should play Tuesday.
We'll revisit it. I'll look at my schedule.
We'll figure.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we out of here.
Just want to say,
thanks for
if
checking.
you guys, yes, if you guys are not subscribed, please subscribe. I know a lot of you guys are here. Will. The ones that are not here, I know there are people who are following me. Please subscribe, like the videos. Thank you so much for the interaction. I love it. I live for it. So thank you so much for that. And like I said before, thank you for accepting me. And like Will and I always say, we're an allegiance, we're an alliance, we are a dynamic duo. We do this for the love of the game.
Right.
And I know we're gonna end, and we're gonna do.
You already know.
Up and down, they are still having a 50-win season. So there are positives. But when you look at the
Yeah, there are positives.
There are positives.
Peace.